Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, hello, welcome lovelies. If you're returning, thank you so much and I love you. I hope everyone's doing very well. Today is going to be a different kind of video. It's going to be more talking about some experiences. It's going to be talking about ETs, how they exist, how they show themselves, and basically everything that I've experienced thus far. So this is just my perspective. This is what I've experienced, and yeah, I have had a lot of experience with them. So I do have notes here today talking all about ET contact, and we're gonna get into it. So there's different experiences, right? Because we have different dimensional levels, and the earthly level would be what you would consider to be the 3D plane. The 5D level would be what we're considering our new earth, utopic nature of the earth, our idealism of the higher love of everyone working together, coexisting as one. And that idealism being the same across the globe. And then, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. And without going too much in depth with New Earth, because I'm sure a lot of you are aware of what that is, we are going to talk about ET contact and how they make themselves known and how they present themselves. So there's the third dimensional experience, like I said, which is of Earth, and there's the fifth dimensional experience, that of which is of New Earth. The third dimensional way that they will make themselves known is more of the physical. More of the physical. These do happen. These do happen. So ETs do show themselves in the physical, but these are more rare. Though they have been documented, they have happened, you can simply do your own research and find stories, find experiences, find pictures, find ways of which they've showed themselves in the physical. Now this has happened to me. This has happened to me, but it is way less common than the other way of them showing themselves, which I'll go into both. So these experiences do happen on the 3D plane, on the earthly plane, you and me here right now. They are more rare. They are more rare. They usually do happen as children, especially as children. So if you had experiences that were unexplainable from a very young age and you remember them, they can show themselves as insectoids. They can show themselves as humans if they wanted to, ghosts, spirits. They can show themselves as orbs. They can show themselves in any way that they want to present themselves to you that was written within your divine plan before you came here, and how you wanted them to express themselves to you and how you were comfortable with that. The most common location, now remember this is my perspective, this is what's happened to me, is in rooms where most children sleep. So it'll be the room in which you sleep, in which you astral travel. This is where the highest experiences will be. And they usually happen, and remember this again is what happened to me, behind bedroom doors, up against walls, through walls, and different entrances. It's almost like they mark these as their portals, or you chose these as their portals, and you knew where to spot them and locate them. So this isn't always, but this is usually the case, and from other ET contact experiencers that I've read about. So what happened with me? I have a video all about this. I believe it's still up on my channel. I'll just tell you about it now. So I was about 4 or 5, I believe, maybe 6, but I think about 4 or 5. And I remember hearing this weird buzzing sound behind my bedroom door, and this was a really weird sound. It was unlike anything I've ever heard before. Very like electrical sounding. And I went up to the back of my door, and my door was like here, and the wall's here, and it was right in between the back of the door and the wall. And I saw this huge fly that was consisted of all wires, all different colors. It was like red, blue, and purple. And it looked like there was some sort of liquid being pushed through the wires. And it let off some electricity. I could almost feel it. It was like a static electricity, but something I've never experienced before, but very electric. And then I remember going to touch it, and it buzzed, and it like shocked me. And then I remember coming to, and I was about a foot away from my door, and it wasn't there anymore. And I remember hearing my mom in the bathroom putting towels away. I remember asking my mom, hey mom, did you hear that strange buzzing sound? Because I'm a little kid. I'm still, you know, my brain is still putting together all that my experiences and trying to understand. And she said, no, you know, I didn't hear anything. I'm just putting towels away. And so that was really, really odd and strange. And I remember being a little spooked after that. Just not really understanding what that was and going back to bed. But yeah, it was just weird that like no one else heard it and I did. It was really loud and it was quite an intense experience. And so that was the very first experience that I ever had. Now, I could probably go more into depth with this, but I'm going to try to make this a very short video. If I do get a lot of likes on this and I do get a lot of positive feedback and you guys want to hear more about experiences and different ways they go about showing themselves, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to do that. Now, the next way that they show themselves is through the 5D and up experiences. So there's the 5th dimensional experience all the way up to 12D, and I honestly, personally believe it goes higher, personally. But the 5D experiences do happen. They do happen quite often. These are actually more common depending on your level of intuition, your level of comfort with channeling higher dimensional beings, with channeling source, your level of psychic ability, psychic awareness, psychic cognizance, how open and aware your third eye is and active. If you've had an awakening, if you've already had an awakening, these will be more common. They will show themselves in many different etheric forms. You will see them in your third eye, but they will look real to you. Okay? And they, like I said, they show themselves in many forms. The best ways to experience this sort of ET contact and experience seeing them, the easiest access points to make contact with these etheric ET beings is through meditating. Through meditation, when you're in contact with water, like water on skin, so like the shower. The shower is a portal. The bathtub. When in the sun with your eyes closed and allowing the sun to channel through your third eye is where I've had some of the most intense experiences. They will just pop in my third eye and show themselves to me, check me out, I'm checking them out. Receiving sun codes at the same time. There's a reason that the sun is our light source. There's a reason. When you're in contact with or in close range of crystals, it's like a conduit for them, especially quartz and selenite. Quartz and selenite, clear quartz is an amplifier. So if you are clairaudient or clear seeing, you can hold them up to those access points. You can hear them better clairaudiently. You can see them better by holding it up the crystal. You can place this under your pillow. For nighttime, if you want to astral travel, you can use this for bilocation. You can use selenite. I mean, they work as conduits and they allow you more intense access, more in tune access to the ET beings on the etheric realm. They're usually easier to see in the dark. And I asked my Arcturian guide why this is, and he told me that it's because they're so high dimensional that it really takes them a lot of energy to move into our density here on the 3D plane and show themselves, present themselves. So it takes a lot of energy to manifest, and because they're beings of light, it's harder for them to show up in light spaces. So a lot of the times they show themselves easier when you're in a dark room. And this is how it first happened for me. I did a meditation on how to channel and meet your beings of light. And after doing that meditation, I started experiencing telepathy with a light being that showed himself to me. He showed me his face and I knew it was a light being. And then he started communicating to me and his voice was male. And he told me, his voice sounded very off in the distance too, so I feel like it does take them a lot of effort, but they are all around us all the time. That's what we need to understand. They're a part of us. ET beings, light beings, they're higher dimensional aspects of us, of our bloodlines, of our ancestors, of our guides. They are our guides. They are us. just in higher dimensional forms. So it is sometimes hard for them to show themselves here, but it's easiest in a dark room. So like I said, I started experiencing telepathy. He started speaking through to me clairaudiently, told me his name, told me he was Arcturian, told me he was contacting me. I believe it was from the 10th dimension. I think he said the 10th dimension. And if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure he said the 10th dimension. I do have a video about this as well, this experience. I'll try to find these and link them below in the description box so you guys can watch them if you want to see more in-depth explanation of what I experienced. But yes, he showed himself to me. And then I've had experiences where I've been, you know, in a dark room and I've seen many of them. I see them. And it's interesting because I've seen spirits too ever since I was very little. I have this thing within my natal chart that allows me to see between the veils in many spots in my chart. And I'm also very psychic. It runs in my family. I believe it's from my dad's bloodline and my ancestry there. And I've always been a huge empath as well. I'm very sensitive. It wasn't until I had my awakening in 2017 that I realized I was a starseed. And I'll go into more depth, you know, in another video. I'm actually going to be making a series of videos about this. But for today, I understood that I was a starseed, and I understood that I was here for a very important mission. And I knew the importance, and I knew I had to fulfill that mission. And it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, but it's very important. And so he started communicating to me, and it was very odd at first. I thought, I didn't know what to think, honestly. But then after that, I started channeling and meditating a lot and allowing messages to come through, and it really unlocked my blueprint and unlocked all my psychic gifts, my psychic awareness 10 times more. I understood it more. It really activated my blueprint and my mission because that was provided to me shortly afterwards. And so it was a really beautiful experience, and ever since then I've just been able to see them more and more and more. So they do show themselves a lot when you're in a dark room. It's easier for them to show themselves. And like I was saying, you know, from a very young age, I was able to see spirits and ghosts and things like that. And the way that I saw them is, you know, when you take a picture of something and you see the flash, and then after that flash is gone, you see like the after flash. That's what I saw, but in bodily forms. But now I see them in ET forms, and I see their eyes. Their eyes are really big, and their third eyes are very bright, and they all look different. Some look the same, but most of them look different. And yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. And so yeah, and they're here to help us. They're here to help us ascend. They're love, they're light, they're here for us, they're here to help us. So yeah, so they do contact people with telepathy. The etheric beings do communicate through telepathy, through your third eye. You will receive messages, downloads, aha moments. That's them communicating through you. And there's so much that I could go on and talk about with this, but I wanted to get to the basics today in this video for this first video. So like I said, if you want to hear more about this, you want to hear more about my experiences, you want to hear more about it all together, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to make a second video and go more in depth. But this is what I have for today, and just to help explain it, and if you've experienced anything similar, it might help you as well. And so yes, I will be making a meditation soon about how to contact and channel in your beings of light. It is something that I've been called to do, so that will be coming soon as well. I have lots of things in the works, you guys. You're definitely going to appreciate it. You're going to love it. Just stay patient with me. Just stay patient with me. I promise it will come all in divine time. Oh, and I did want to mention, if you did want to get into contact with your beings of light and understand where you're from in the stars. I offer Starseed Origins readings, so if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check it out. All the information and the good stuff will be listed in the description box below under my Etsy shop. I cannot wait to channel for all of you. I've done so many readings and it's very, very beneficial for the soul. Thank you so much for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. I'm so excited for all my new subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the ones that have stayed loyal to me and stuck with me. I love you all so much. I'm so excited to have more of you join. So if you feel drawn to my energy and you like my videos, please do consider subscribing, as it helps my channel and myself out a lot, and I would love to get to know you. It's an amazing family we have here, and I just can't wait to watch it grow. I love you all so incredibly much, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.